Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is the 25th of 2025 and here are the top cryptocurrency news stories. Let's start by going to the US Senate where we learned that Genius has moved forward, which passed, for starters, with 66 votes in favor and 32 against. Now it's moving forward with additional debates to become legislation. So from the US moving forward, finally with Genius, we'll move on to our ETFs and go to the US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, which is once again delaying the Solana ETFs from all the companies that are waiting for them, because as we said, they're going to approve them at the last minute. And from our ETFs, we'll go to our companies. We go to Strategy and Metaplanet, where they apparently bought Bitcoin. So Mr. Michael Saylor bought 7,390,000 BTC for $764.9 million, while Metaplanet, the second largest buyer, bought 1,004,000 BTC worth $104.8 million. And as for Mr. Michael Saylor's strategy, we learned that he was sued. Let's say the plaintiffs allege that Strategy and its executives, including co-founder and executive chairman Michael Saylor, failed to disclose that the expected profitability of the company's Bitcoin-focused investment strategy was overstated. For its part, MicroStrategy says that no one can predict how an investment will turn out, and they will defend their position. Now, moving on to our exchanges, we go to Coinbase, where first of all, let's say that the US Department of Justice is investigating the Coinbase data breach, as we expected, while Coinbase, for the exact same thing, has been sued. Specifically, Coinbase now has at least 6 different lawsuits, all related to this data breach. Some of the lawsuits say that Coinbase doesn't have good enough systems, and others say that they were bribed to give this data to criminals. And we, from Coinbase and its lawsuits, will go to XRP, for which, as I guess you've noticed on the internet, you'll find a lot of videos, deep fakes, so to speak, that usually show the founder of Ripple or someone else, and tell you that there's an airdrop every day. If I search on YouTube or X, I'll find something like that, so be very careful. In general, XRP doesn't have any airdrops. They're all fake. And for more good news about Ripple, let's go to Ripple itself, which is working with 2 banks as far as we understand. First of all, let's say that Ripple is working with Zan Bank of Dubai and Mamo to implement cross-border payment solutions based on blockchain. And obviously, Ripple's blockchain. All of this will work 24/7. Let's say that Zan Bank is also planning its own stablecoin pegged to the dirham, so surely this stablecoin will want to be available worldwide via the Ripple network. As far as we understand, this is positive news, and such partnerships are what we want to see from this particular company. And we'll continue with Solana, which has a proposal to make a very big change to its network. Specifically Anza, which is a subsidiary of Solana Labs, where Solana Labs builds Solana, is proposing the biggest change to the network ever. Specifically, it's proposing a new proof-of-stake consensus mechanism called Alpenglow, which, as proposed, would be the biggest change to the Solana core protocol. To put it in perspective, how big a change this is to the consensus mechanism. It's like having a car, and the only thing that changes is the engine. It's like changing the entire car. Let's just say that there are no details yet on how much better the Solana network will be if this big change happens. The only thing we know for sure, as the white paper for this particular proof-of-stake consensus mechanism says, is that it won't completely protect Solana from the network outages it has experienced in the past. It's a shame because that would be great to see fixed, and we at Solana and this very big proposal for its network will also be moving forward with the chain link that will bring interoperability to Solana. And how will it do that? It will do so via the CCIP protocol, which facilitates secure communication between different blockchains. With the integration of CCIP, Solana now supports Chainlink's cross-chain token protocol, so Solana users and developers can now connect to Ethereum, Optimism, Arbitrum, BNB Chain, and Sonic via CCIP. So great news for Solana, and it's time to head to our favorite cryptocurrency market, where Bitcoin is at $106,000 as I record this episode. I found out why we had that big red candlestick yesterday that hit $102,000. The reason is that Moody's, which is a rating agency that has been in business for 116 years, downgraded the US credit rating from AAA to AA1. So that means it has negatively affected the markets. And let's also say that the reason that caused this downgrade in the credit rating that I told you about is the increase in the US public debt, which as you can see is just increasing and increasing. Right now it is at $36.3 trillion and continues to increase normally. So for this reason they downgraded this particular credit rating in the US, and for this reason Bitcoin immediately found itself at $102,000. That wraps up the top news for crypto today. Is the 25th of 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone and have a good day.